So it's another day, another time to discuss Black Hawk hockey, folks. Black Hawk hockey. Black Hawk hockey is it's rough. Just gonna say that it's rough. We don't have a coach. We do, but I'd rather not be our coach. You guys know my thoughts on Derek King. Said it on my last Hawks video. You guys know my thoughts on... If I had one person that I could just slap for free, I would choose Stan Bowman. I would go to his house and I would slap him briskly across the face. Like a clean, like a dirty, open hand, just... You know, like, I would do that. Here is the thing I don't understand with the front office, and is that we are pondering going down that road of trading Alex DeBrincat. Why are we offering to trade him if he didn't request a trade? Does that make any sense? No. If we trade Cat at the age of 24 years old, he can be a part of this rebuild! Why are you considering giving him away for a bag of chips and a piece of bubble gum and a bag of hockey pucks? I mean, seriously. If you don't trade someone for a bag of hockey pucks, get Seth Jones out of here. Get Eric Gustafsson out of here. Who else can we... Kind of like Dominic Kubalik. I need to talk about Dominic Kubalik in this video, too. I don't know why Brandon Hagel is on this roster that's open right now. You traded him in the trade deadline. In the playoffs right now. I hope he wins the cup. Riley Stillman. Like, Calvin DeHaan, too. Yeah, he's in a tough spot. When we look at the players we don't have an awful team. We still have some playmakers in, Tyler Johnson, Henrik Borgstrom. Let's see. Kubalik at sometimes. Taze sometimes, not that, he's not really firing off on all cylinders anymore, but Taze, Strome, Jones, DeBrincat, Kane. We have playmakers, and McCabe, he's an interesting one. I don't think he's going to go back up to where he was on Buffalo a couple years ago. I mean, we can, see if he does. I really, don't think he is. We'll see. But the thing is we have never-ending problems with this team. We gotta find someone to replace Jeremy Colleton. We gotta find a new coach. Derek King is... If we keep Derek King as our head coach, we are not getting anywhere as a team. And we have a brand new GM to, get us through this rebuild. To get us, through this rebuild. And to, hopefully get us back to where we were back in 2015. The thing is with Kyle Davidson is he doesn't deserve the hate that he's getting from me. He just happened to walk in the door at the wrong time. He's our GM, right? So either way, he's gonna get at least a shot from me. He just happened. It's not his fault, but he just happened to walk in the door. He just happened to walk in the door at the wrong time. I mean, he just happened to walk in the door at the wrong time. That's all it is. He doesn't deserve any of the hate that he's getting. He didn't really do anything. I mean, of course, they traded Fleury and Hagel, but it kind of had to be done if you wanted a first-round pick. But, yeah, he didn't really do anything wrong. It just happened. Wrong place, wrong time. That's at least what it is for me. Wrong place, wrong time. When you look at someone like Kyle Davidson, I see Kyle Davidson as someone who I, believe can take us to that next level if he does what has to be done. We do not need to trade Alex DeBrincat. Here's the thing. We have never-ending problems on this team. Well, first we gotta figure out... Well, okay. So, Alex DeBrincat trade rumors. The draft is in July. I believe it's... let me see here. It is NHL draft 2022 date. July 7th and July 8th. Drafted July 7th. We have a month if we want to get that New Jersey Devils first round pick. We have a month to trade Cat. Do not trade Cat. DeBrincat can be a part of this rebuild. He's 24. He had 78 points under Kane. Kane, too. Listen, we'll get the Patrick Kane. We'll get the Jonathan Tays. We'll get the Dylan Strome. We'll get the Kubalik. We'll get the DeHaan. We'll get the Gustafson. Pretty much get that everyone in this video. Kirby Dach is a bust. I'm on that train now. Kirby Dach is a bust. The thing is that we don't have... If we trade Cat, I want a bundle and a half in return. This year's first round pick. Another pick for this year's draft. Next year's first round pick. Next year's another pick for next year's draft, and Jack Hughes. That's not asking. If you ask me for a guy like Alex DeBrincat, and maybe we can throw in another pick for Chicago in there, I say that's a decent trade. As much as I don't want to trade Cat. Oh, I'll be angrier than you've ever seen me before if we trade Cat. But the return we're getting is not that bad. But if I were to trade Cat, you would have to give me a top tier 5-star bundle. It'd have to be like a fancy casino suite or something like that. It'd have to be, Same with Kane. Hey, Kane I would take a little less for, but if we had to trade Kane, I wouldn't ask for as much as you're asking for Cat because he's old, right? But if you are to trade Kane, I would totally ask for at least a first-round pick for Patrick Kane. At least throw in a first somewhere in there. If we do that, man, if we trade Kane and Cat in the same season, oh my god. We're in rebuild mode. I don't think having 33, 34-year-olds on a team is that good idea for a rebuild. But if we trade Cat at the age of 24, or we're in the middle of the rebuild, if you ask me, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Also, why is Derek King still our head coach? I don't know. Here's the thing. I will be so upset if we trade Kane, but I'd be even more upset for trading Cat because it'll be stupid to trade a 24-year-old in a rebuild. Stupid! Why trade someone like Cat at the age he is, 24 years old, in a rebuild? Why? Why are you doing that? Keep him. Build around him. Treat him as your Patrick Kane. I don't know why I wouldn't just keep him. Stupid. But yeah, Cat to the Devils is clearly a top story in the Blackhawks world. Here's the thing. If we trade Cat, Kane's gone. If we trade Kane, Cat's gone. And on top of that, we have to figure out what we're doing with Jonathan Tays. And then another thing, we have to re-sign Dylan Strome. Just keep it piling on. And then the cherry on top of this diarrhea Sunday, we have Kirby Dach still on the team, who's a bust. It's ridiculous. This team is such... I don't even know what you call this. This is levels on levels on levels on top of a sad state. I don't even know what you call this. Of course, we call it a rebuild, a sad state. but that's an understatement for what this is. We are we are the New York Giants of the NHL. We are the Detroit Lions of the NHL. We're the New York Jets of the NHL. We're the Chicago Bears of the NHL. We are like one of the worst teams in the NHL. If we trade Cat and Kane, then we're totally the worst team in the NHL. We finished 7th in the Central Division, right in front of the Coyotes, who finished below us. I believe the Canadians were in there too for the Western Conference. But Seth Jones didn't have a bad season. He had 51 points. It's just he had one of the best seasons of his career. I don't think it was worth the first rounder. 51 points is pretty good though for a defenseman. Seth Jones wasn't bad. It's just what we gave up for him, and now we have to give away our 6th round pick to Columbus because of it. It just makes me upset. So we really did Cat and Kane. I don't know why we're pondering the trade Alex DeBrincat. So now we go down from Seth Jones. The Dylan Strome. If we sign Philip Roos. And not... First of all, who is Philip Roos? Can someone tell... Hey Siri. Who is Philip Roos?
I found this on the web.
Wrong Philip. It gave me the Philip with F, for God's sakes. Philip. For sudden, you saw this Philip, and catch this. Philip. Philip Roos! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Wow! Woo! Let's sign Philip Roos, but let's not sign Dylan Strome, because that's where we're going, even though Dylan Strome and Philip Roos are sit together in age. Dylan Strome's like 23, let's sign Philip Roos, the younger one, who sucks, and let's not sign Dylan Strome, let's get Dylan Strome, and let's ship him off from the free agency for someone else to get him. Woo! Stupid! Dylan Strome, if we don't re-sign Dylan Strome, but we sign Philip Roos, I swear to God. Okay. Dylan Strome, 48 points. He's young too. How old is he? Like 23, I think. 22, 23, 24. He's around DeBrincat's age. I think it's like maybe even like a couple years older, 25, 26. He is 25 years old. So he is 25 years old. Very good player. You could sign him for probably as much as he got Philip Roos for, to be honest. Dylan Strome is so good for his age. If we don't re-sign Dylan Strome, I am going to lose it. Jonathan Days. Jonathan Tays. 37 points for Jonathan Tays. 71 games played. Dylan Strome had 69. Jonathan Jonathan Tays played 2 more games with Dylan Strome, but I think Strome was hurt for a little bit. Alright, let's go to here's the thing with Tays. He really just... He fell off. I was going to get to you straight. He fell off. He did. He fell off. 37 points in 71 games is not good. It took him a while to get started too. Didn't score his first goal till maybe close to the second half of the season. Really just took a slow start. Tays isn't what he used to be. He had all of his health issues. He had injuries. And now Tays is even questionable for next season. Tays is not reliable anymore. He's our captain, but he isn't really reliable. I say if we're going to trade someone or get rid of someone, oh my god. I think you have to get rid of Jonathan Tays. I think you have to get rid of Jonathan Tays. He just isn't what he used to be. And Kane is like Jonathan Tays' age. Kane had 92 points. Jonathan Tays had 37. Say Siri. 92 minus 37.
That would be 55.
55-point difference. And I think they're either the same age or around the same age. That is huge. But also, Kane didn't really face any of the health problems and the injuries that Tays had to face. So, health problems and injuries really affected Tays. But yeah, if you're gonna trade someone, trade Tays. I'm sorry. But we can still get some type of value off him if you want to, give him to someone. Treat Tays right. Give Tays to someone who can win now. Give Tays, at least give Tays a chance to, compete for a Stanley Cup. Because if you're Cat, because we're going to switch back to Cat, if you're DeBrincat and you're going to the Devils, you're just going from one rebuild to another rebuild, so you're not really getting any improvements. But if you're trading Tays, trade Tays to somewhere where it's going to get trade someone to where it's going to be an improvement and where they can, win a cup now. Because I at least give Tays at least a chance to, fight for a cup, get in the playoffs, have a good time, and, be able to win something. We already talked about Braden Hagel. Dominic Kubalik. Talked about him last time. Don't really have much to say about him. The Ducks and the Oilers are front runners. We can at least get a third, fourth round pick at least for Dominic Kubalik. Kirby Dach is a bust. I know he's 21. People were saying he can still progress. My friends were saying he can still progress. No. Also, no. No. He was a Stan Bowman experiment. Didn't go to a farm team. Was introduced to the NHL too early. He is not getting anywhere. Jake McCabe. I think he still has somewhat potential to get back to where he was. I don't think there's, much potential for McCabe to get back to where he was. But, we'll see. I mean, McCabe is a tricky one. I mean, also, McCabe isn't that old either. Jake McCabe age.
Jake McCabe is...
He's 28 years old. He still has a couple years old on his contract. What's the rush? We're in a rebuild. Let him play for another season and see if he gets better. If he doesn't, don't re-sign him or trade him. I mean, seriously, what's the rush? We're in the middle of a rebuild. Let some things play out. We got I know you're saying, oh Jim, let Derek King play out. Are Are you stupid? We already know how Derek King's gonna play out. I think the majority of Hawks fans want him gone and want a new coach. But, it's with McCabe. He's 28. Let McCabe play out. See how it goes. I'll be okay. I'll be okay if we, let McCabe play for a couple more seasons. I'll be okay. I mean, there's no rush here, So with Kirby Doc, I think he's a bust, but you never know. There's no rush with Kirby Doc. There's no rush here. We're in the middle of a rebuild. People are saying Philip Kurashev really missed his stride this year. He's 22 years old, and they were saying they lost his stride. Of course, Kurashev did a little worse than he did last year, but he also didn't get to play that much. I mean, I don't know where you guys have been. He's 22 years old. It could end up being another Kirby Doc, which is likely. But, again, there's no rush with Philip Kurashev and Kirby Doc even. I think Kirby Doc is, it's a bust. But this thing with Kurashev, he may be a little older, but he also hasn't been on the team as long as Kirby Doc has, and he's already, doing a little better than Kirby Doc. So, again, there's no rush. Let Kirby Doc and Philip Kurashev play out, and let's see how it goes. Eric Gustafsson, he is 30 years old, and he sucks. There is no hope in Eric Gustafsson. Get him off the team. There's no hope with Gustafsson. He is 30 years old, 18 points. My God. I mean, seriously, what are we waiting for? Caleb Jones, he's another young one. 15 points to Dylan Strome this year. Again, let's let Caleb Jones play out. Let's see how it goes. Mackenzie Entwistle, first time he's experienced the NHL this year. 12 points, not bad. Again, let him play out. Riley Stillman, again, another, young one. 12 points this year. Not bad. We'll let him play out. Ryan Carpenter's off the team. Sam Lafferty, pretty sure he got injured at some point. So did Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson, when healthy, is a really good player. Here's my only knockoff with Tyler Johnson is he's kind of old. 7 points. Again, he got injured really early in the season. Yeah, I would let Tyler Johnson play out. Connor Murphy. Here's the thing with Connor Murphy. Been on the team for a couple of years. I believe he's 28, 29 minimum. 29 years old. Ten points for Eric Gustafsson. He isn't good. I don't know what we're waiting for with Connor Murphy. That's when I would totally let go when I signed up Connor Murphy. Taylor Radish impressed the heck out of me. Second hit came in February after their trade deadline. Only had 2 months to play, and he scored 10 points. At his age, he's really young. Got him in the Hagel trade. 24 years old. I am really excited to see Taylor Radish play next season. Calvin DeHaan, I think we gotta trade him. He's 32 years old, older than Gustafsson, 31 years old, older than Gustafsson. I think he's another person like Gustafsson who just has to go. He's not gonna get any better. He's 31 years old. Let him go. Borgstrom, he got injured. He is 24 years old. I think he's really good. I'm really high on Henrik Borgstrom. I really am. I am high on Borgstrom. Todd Johnson, he may be 30, 32, 33, but he's another guy, 31 years old, but he's another guy that I am really high on, and I think he can be really well if he can stay healthy. Reese Johnson we signed a couple months ago. He's whatever. He really just got introduced to NHL this year. Juhar Kara, man, get better. You guys want to search him up? What happened to him? Go ahead. Mike Hardman. Mike Hardman got sent out to the AHL. Didn't impress me at all. Adam Gaudette, let him go. Alex Vlasic, another young one. He'll be well. Boris Katchuk, another person in the Eagle trade that we got. One thing I do notice is that Boris Katchuk didn't really do as well as Taylor Radish did. Only got 1 point this season. Now we got Lucas Reichel, another, young one. Ian Mitchell. I think we just drafted him a couple of years ago. 1 point. All these guys out from Boris Katchuk at 1 point or below. Brett Connolly, get him out of here. Alec Regula. Another young one. Josiah Slavin. I'm pretty sure Josiah Slavin's young. Yeah, he's 23. Really, all the players we have on this team are young. Jakub Galvis, pretty sure he's young. Curtis Gabriel, I have never known these guys in my life except from Wyatt Kalachuk and Nicholas Bodine. But yeah, goalies, before he was traded, Lincoln and D'Elia cannot fly next season. I got Soderbaum. So, yeah, that's the whole Blackhawks, I addressed the trades from Cat and Kane. I went down the entire roster, given my thoughts. But yeah, that's really it. I'm not going to be on here until, an actual thing happens. Not just rumors, an actual thing happens that I can come on here and talk about. So I'm probably going to be hearing a lot of Blackhawks news from me for a little bit until something happens. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.